Donald Trump was bitten on the penis by an Epstein survivor. At least that's what this tip sheet claims, and according to new reporting that I'm seeing, the person who submitted this tip initially has actually been investigated by authorities and deemed to have been credible. So here's the EFTA number. Let me just read this to you because this is really shocking stuff. Blank recalled at least one incident in which Epstein took her off the island when she was between 13 to 15 years old. He drove her and/or flew her to either New York or New Jersey. She was introduced to someone with money. It was Donald Trump. Blank and Epstein were with others, to include Trump, in a very tall building with huge rooms. Trump did not like Blank from the get-go. He didn't like that I was a boy girl, referencing a tomboy. Blank could not recall the identities of the other individuals present. However, they all exited when Trump asked everyone to leave the room. Trump mentioned something to the effect of, "Let me teach you how little girls are supposed to be." Trump unzipped his pants and put Blank head down to his penis. Blank bit the shit out of it. Trump struck Blank and said words to the effect of, "Get this little bitch the hell out of here." Blank advised she bit Trump's penis because he disgusted her. Quote, "He had money, it reeked off of him," end quote. At that point, people re-entered the room, no further information provided. Blank recalled a blonde, beautiful woman approaching her at some point that day after her interaction with Trump. The woman said, "Let me give you a tip, little girl, about your breasts. Wear a bra every night." Those words have stayed with her throughout the years. Blank got the feeling the relationship between Epstein and Trump included a certain amount of jealousy. She thought Trump appeared jealous of Epstein, but at some point they ended up on level playing fields. Trump and Epstein sometimes used the terms fresh meat, untainted, and not jaded while referring to girls. At the time she heard it, Blank did not understand. She subsequently looked up the word jaded. Blank stated she had 2 additional interactions with Trump, but she asked that the interview move on to a different subject for the time being. So, according to recent reporting, investigators have actually interviewed this person, or did in the past, and after a series of interviews, they actually believed that this tipster was believable, that they were a reliable witness. They actually deemed this person to be credible, which obviously makes this sheet incredibly damning and a very bad look for Donald Trump. I mean, here you have a 13 to 15-year-old girl talking about biting Trump's penis, Trump talking about fresh meat, untainted, talking about Trump's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, the most infamous pedophile of all time, and how he was jealous of the most infamous pedophile of all time. We know that their relationship was long and documented, but I thought this was crazy that this tip was deemed to have been credible. I'm sure there are more bombshells that are going to be dropping soon, so follow along for more. Jeffrey Epstein was obsessed with the color blue, and it has to mean something. So I talked about this in one of my longer videos, but if you take a look at Epstein's properties, the color blue is more prevalent than almost any other color. And it's used in such strange ways. Like, for example, blue carpet like this. I mean, when do you see something like this? You've got blue couches. You've got blue artwork. You've even got blue on the curtains. Obviously, this room is a blue lover's fever dream. You've got blue on the floor, blue on the cushioning. You've got an actual blue chandelier. You've got blue on the curtains, blue on the patterning painted on the walls. Now, entering one of the hallways in the residence, blue curtains once again. And here's another look at that blue room. You've even got a blue table and a blue lamp. Epstein's kind of main office room, I think this is like a bluish pillar to the left. Blue frame, and then the ceiling is painted this dark kind of royal blue. Here's a better look at that ceiling. I mean, you can't make this up. This was in Epstein's house. A literal blue sculpture. Like, I don't want to say it, but a sculpture. Moving on to the bathroom, you've even got blue towels. You've even got entire rooms that were painted blue, like this room. Blue on the bed. I mean, there's blue on the carpet again here. Here's another hallway with what appear to be blue highlights on the walls, and then that very distinct blue carpet. And all the way to the upstairs of the home. I mean, the blue stairs, it's just crazy. And it opens up at the top to blue walls. To me, this is just so unbelievably strange. I mean, there's even like a blue, what is this, an electrical cord that something's hanging on? I couldn't really tell you. So what is up with this fascination? Why the color blue? I've asked a lot of people, and I have looked into this myself many times, and I haven't been able to find a definitive answer or even a potential answer as to why he would be obsessed with this color and be placing it everywhere. But if you have any ideas or suggestions, please let me know, because this is just something that I've noticed looking at thousands and thousands and thousands of photos relating to this case. And it's really, really bizarre to me. He is literally obsessed with the color blue. Go look at the photos from his other properties. That obsession is still apparent at those other properties as well. I mean, all the way to the temple on Epstein Island. But yeah, let me know your thoughts below and follow along for more. Jeffrey Epstein's nightstand contains some details that I find to be a little frightening. So this image comes from the recent DOJ drop, and this is an image of what I believe is Epstein's nightstand in his New York mansion. I mean, I know it's in New York, but I think this is Epstein's personal nightstand. So let's take a bit of a closer look. On the right side, these appear to be skincare products. He's got cotton pads up there. I think this may be a picture of Epstein in that frame, lying on a beach sans clothing. Moving towards the center, he's got his glasses. This is a childhood, that's a baby picture of Epstein. Now, this is interesting. Of course, he's got Voss water, the bougiest water known to man. But he's also got this peculiar little hand that is holding something that I can't identify. But I don't know, it just stuck out to me. The hand, it's just a strange little sight. Then on the left side of the nightstand, we've got this old looking clock, what looks to be a remote of some sort, an old looking telephone. I think this is a book, which looks to be straight out of like the 1600s. I mean, look at how brown those pages are. And then eerily a stuffed animal up here. Now, I don't know why Jeffrey Epstein would need a stuffed animal by his bedside, but I mean, he is a convicted, or was a convicted pedophile. So having all the pictures of kids around the house, being accused of what you were doing, being a trafficker, having a stuffed animal by your bedside on your nightstand, that to me paints a bit of a darker image. Moving on, in the drawer, we have, these two are audio recorders. So like you could dictate, hold, the record button and talk to yourself throughout the day. I don't know what this thing is. If someone could let me know what that is, I would really appreciate that. But, I wonder if they ever actually scanned in or transcribed, whatever the word would be, these audio cassettes, Jesus, I can't talk, that would have been in these recorders. I mean, these recorders would essentially be Epstein talking to himself throughout the day. I feel like that would provide a very compelling insight into his mind and potentially also into his operation. And then on the right side, you've just got some paper. So, very strange stuff. Some dated technology, what seems to be almost picture of Epstein without clothing, a baby picture of himself, skincare products, Voss water, an extremely old looking book, and then a stuffed animal, a stuffed toy up top right next to the bed. These are the items that Jeffrey Epstein slept next to every night in New York, and I believe that they tell a story of their own. But why don't you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you make of all of this? What do you make of these items? And yeah, follow along for more details. Why did Jeffrey Epstein have police uniforms in his closet? So these are real photographs from the recently released Epstein files. You can see the EFTA numbers there and there. And as you can see, these appear to be photographs of investigators going through Epstein's closets. Now, I believe that this is in his New York home. I could be wrong on exactly where it was, but I think this is in Manhattan. But as you can see, Epstein had multiple button-down shirts that literally would make one look like they were a part of the New York City Police Department. I mean, right here you can see this is actually the Special Police. There's another patch up here. I can't identify that patch. I don't know what it would be from. But, I mean, if you want a clear shot right here, Police Department, City of New York. You can see these are actually two uniforms in Epstein's closet, in his house. Why? On the floor, there also appear to be multiple pairs of furry Croc shoes. I mean, just looking at them, these appear to be child-sized, but I could be wrong. Regardless, having so many pairs of the same shoe, I mean, it's just so strange and off-putting. And none of this explains why Epstein would have police officers' uniforms in his closet, multiple uniforms at that. Now, I've heard stories that Epstein and his cronies would put these shirts on to go intimidate witnesses or some of the girls that they had trafficked, the children, to try scare them into silence. And I mean, I don't know, the possibilities here really are endless. This could have been some sort of disturbed role-playing thing. There could have been actual police officers who left these items over at Epstein's places after engaging in activity, maybe visiting Epstein. I don't know, but obviously normal people don't just have multiple New York City Police Department uniforms hanging in their closet. I get it if you have something like this potentially in a plastic box in your attic or your basement, in a Halloween storage area, maybe if it's a costume. But I mean, as you can see, these are just hanging in the closet next to what look to be clean shirts and other dress shirts and things that people would wear. So I want to clarify that these are the same two uniforms, just flipped around. But I mean, somebody make this make sense. It makes no sense to me. And when it comes to Epstein, everything has a meaning. Nothing is random. And these uniforms and these outfits were there for a reason. They were definitely used. What they were used for is what we don't know. But yeah, if you have any thoughts or ideas, let me know in the comment section. I'm very curious and eager to hear your thoughts on this. And as always, follow along for more updates in this case. This is one of the spookiest files that I've seen in the Epstein files. And I have literally no explanation for what this could be. So there's the EFTA number down there if you want to look this up. As you can see at the top of this image, this file was marked confidential, meaning that they felt this file specifically obviously needed to be kept more secret than others, or it had some sort of relevance to legal cases against Epstein. But what are we looking at here? To me, I don't know about you, but this looks like some sort of liquid up top. Obviously, it looks to maybe be dried, but it looks almost like an oil, but it looks like a thicker substance. I don't know, there might be more eagle-eyed people out there than me who could tell me what this is, but it's confusing and it's just eerie looking. And then, what's up with the light? Is this light coming through a cracked door? Is this a flashlight? Why is this room or whatever this is lit like this? And why is the picture deemed confidential? I can barely even tell what this is a photo of. Like, are we looking at the ground? Are we looking at a wall? What's going on? And then, what's this thing? Is this storage of some sort? Is this like an old computer modem? Is this tech? I literally have no clue, and I might have bad eyes, but I literally just cannot tell what this is. So I'm doing a full-length video on these photos soon, the confidential photos. So if anybody knows what this is a photo of, or why this is confidential, or what this is depicting, if you could let me know in the comment section, that would be incredible, because for now, this is just a spooky image in my mind, and it's almost haunting me because I have no idea what this is showing and why they would need to keep this more secret than other images.